welcome to this week's episode. I'm one of your hosts, Rylan.
And I'm Cameron.
Bam! Today on episode 3, we will be talking about different ways to market yourself. What does that mean specifically, market yourself?
I think we're talking about how you portray yourself in the community and how you're going to benefit yourself when starting your own company or working at a company or at home. Just overall, how you're able to market yourself as a person that's hardworking, dedicated, motivated. How do they see some of these traits out in the world, and what can you do to make that happen?
Right, and I think it would be good to what a lot of people don't think of is I think it would be good to be in the community and be portrayed on who you want to be, not who you are. Because think about it, some people wake up and they are not naturally outgoing, or they don't naturally dress nice, or they don't naturally do a certain amount of things that because everyone within the first 5 seconds, boom, people judge you, even if they say
they do. Yeah, they're first impressions are everything. I don't think first impressions are everything by any means. I think that getting to know someone over a small or a little bit longer period of time is better. But for sure, people are going to be like, oh, they dressed like this, they acted like this when they came into the store. As consultants, if we walked into a company and we looked not ready and not prepared, they're going to
show up in our underwear and flip-flops. We're here to party. Let us do your consulting.
What the heck?
Right. It's always looking good, and that's we'll just jump to that. First one is dressing good. You look good, you feel good, you do good. So that's something that along the same lines that we're talking about is just being at your top performance. And I always like to, you got to not care when people. We're in Utah, and it's not like New York. New York, everyone's wearing a suit, everyone's freaking mobbing around in a $3,000 suit, and it's good. Here, it's hey, you going to the temple, or why are you in a suit?
Right, they're trying to figure out where are you going, what are you doing, why are you dressed like that? Are you okay? What are you doing? And it's just this is how you start your morning. You have your consistent daily rituals or habits. You're hey, I'm gonna wake up. I'm going to make sure I get ready. I'm going to make sure I do these things. And so, again, it's not for anyone else but you to be portrayed in a certain way of being hey, when you feel like that, I feel when I dress up, I feel better. Or when I get a haircut, I'm oh, dude, I feel so much better.
He's the haircut man.
Yeah, I feel so much
dress up,
better.
I'm oh, yeah, ooh, feeling good. He's ooh, got it fresh, too.
Exactly, right? But it makes me feel good. So when I'm going into business, meetings and things like that, I feel completely confident about what's about to happen because I know I look good, and so I'm feeling great.
Right. Then you're more confident.
Absolutely, 100%. No doubt. No doubt.
No doubt. All right, next one. Anything you do, create a plan, be consistent with that plan. So if you're making videos, if you're, creating any sort of software, a SaaS business, a e-commerce Shopify business, anything. Everything takes time. It's and I always like to put it in layman's terms of, imagine a job. You need at least 12 months to then address how much money you make or what have you, right? Hey, how much money do you make? Oh, I don't know, I've been here 4 months, so I know how much I make, but if you have commission and whatever too, you need a whole 12 months. Take that same mentality, put it into your own business of hey, I'm going to give it this amount of time and then reevaluate, reassess, boom, move on to the next part of the business. All right, and then the next one is anything you do, create a plan and be consistent with that plan. What that means to me is that you have your niche-oriented business that you pick. So if you're an accountant or you do SEO or you do websites or whatever, I would not focus so much on the not controllables and what is going to happen potentially and whatever. No matter what in business, things come up that you don't really plan for. So just make your plan of what you're going to do every day consistently, and then as other things come up, adjust, adjust as you go on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I saw this thing recently where it's if you work at home or if you work in an office, you have to be consistent with your rituals, right? So if you wake up at 6 a.m, you go work out, then you come home, take a shower, then you get breakfast, then you leave off for work. That's the same process, getting ready for work and looking nice, right? Again, you shouldn't be dressed in PJs going to work, right?
Right.
And if you're at a home business, right, let's say you run your own business or you're a remote worker, don't dress up relaxed. Get ready for the day because being consistent like that will get you prepared.
Or, have you seen that commercial where the guy's this is Chad from blah, blah, blah. He just started his own business. He was wearing a suit and underwear below.
Yeah, dude. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't be Ted.
Don't be Ted.
You know what I mean?
That's a perfect segue into our next one. Dress good, look good, do good, feel good, be good, everything good.
Okay. So I feel like for me, I know we were talking about it a little bit earlier. For me, when I get a haircut, I'm like, wow, I feel great.
He's a haircut man.
Right?
That's what he is.
I feel energized.
I'm the guy that dresses good. I feel
suit,
good.
right?
Yeah, suit. I feel good. I'm like, watch out. He's like, gotta do too.
And so, like, I feel like, again, it can be anything though. It's like, some girls like doing their fingernails, or some guys are like, I just got my I just got my eyebrows, or I cleaned up my beard, or whatever it is. It's like little things that maybe not other people notice, but it puts you above and makes you feel confident. So I feel like, again, if it's not dressing necessarily, it could be anything to make yourself feel better about getting ready for the next situation.
Absolutely. All these little things, like, if you do one of these things out of everything we're saying, yeah, it'll help, whatever. But it's the big picture of who you are that creates, like, okay, this guy dresses good, or this girl dresses great, and they're doing good things, posting on their own social media consistently. They look professional, have good photos. Like, all these things coming together. It's like, okay, where's the holes in this person? Oh, well, check this platform, do this. And then when you're trying to get a job or something, these people check your social media as well.
They do.
So it's like,
100%.
You're out freaking partying. Anyway.
No, and I think that segues to the next thing, right? It's like what we're doing for our social media accounts. I think, again, still people have a email that's like, I love Lucy, at AOL.com, right? And it's just like, it's an old, AOL's not used as much anymore. We have Gmail.
That was a great show, though.
I Love Lucy was a great show, for sure.
Thank you, 1970. I don't know when it came out.
And so you got to think like that. It's like, okay, how am I going to be professional? And then you were talking about how to stand out, like, if you submitted a resume or you were starting a business, like, what is the difference? Like, what would you do if you're submitting a resume or starting a business to stand out? You were naming some things earlier.
Oh, yeah. So something I would do, because like we were talking and we were basically just saying that like we got a perfect, right up our alley, a consulting gig, remote, whatever, we could definitely crush this job. But there was 250 applicants. So not only do we have to apply, submit a cover letter that's, handcrafted by the gods, but then you have to go above and beyond, and you have to call them and hound them, add the CEO, the whoever's the marketing director, whoever's in charge of that hiring position. You have to really act like you want the job, even though you may not even know. Like, a lot of the jobs, though, that's the sad part, is like, some of the jobs we were looking at are like, kind of half-assed almost in a way. Like, you read the description, you're like, what does this mean?
Right.
What am I doing?
No.
Apply.
And I think that goes back with, like, creating your own business. Like, you're not just going to do something half-hearted, right? You're not just going to put in little to no effort. It's like, you're going to put in the effort to get to it. I know we had a friend that submitted a video post about, hey, here's who I am, here's what I do, here's what I can offer you, I'd love to meet with you. And just doing that one step further, or instead of your cover page, creating a magazine cover, like extravagant, ridiculous things. But those are the things that makes you stand out. Again, like, I want you to be the person you want to be, so if it's something basic and something simple as a card you send in the mail, like not even something you do digital,
mail.
Do that. If it's something like I said, you're creating a video and you can edit it, awesome, do that. Do what's right for you and who you are, because you don't want to change who you are, and you're not trying to portray these people, I'm just perfect. No. Be the person you are. I'm going to be Cameron, you're going to be Rylan, and be those people.
Amen. I mean, that's pretty great. I mean, we can kind of recap. Number one, create a plan. Be consistent with that plan. Number two, dress good, look good, feel good, do good, be good, all the goods. Number three, last one, is posting on social media and being consistent on all platforms. LinkedIn, that's a huge business one. Facebook, Twitter. We don't really like Twitter, but we were going to also add that. Just get something like Buffer. That's like a platform that you can post on for one post or whatever and just share it across all the platforms.
Absolutely.
Something like that. So it's just easy for you. Bam, you don't have to think about it, and then it's just consistent across all the platforms.
Right. When you're starting off, absolutely. Doing something simple like that and being able to create, again, that consistency of, I'm going to do one post finally a week, and just staying with that and then bumping it up and doing one more thing. It's just like waking up for me. Like, when I started waking up earlier, like, I was like, oh, dude, I can't get up early, but then I do just like 5 to 10 minutes earlier, 5 to 10 minutes earlier every week.
Slowly get up.
Exactly. Like, I'm not just going to be like, all right, I normally wake up at 8, I'm going to wake up at 4 in the morning. It's going to be great. No.
We're going to love life.
No, absolutely. So I think all three of those things that we just went over cover just how to change for the better and be a influence and be the person you want to be in the community.
Yeah, it just helps you feel good, too, because you're being a part. Like, screw like creating your own business. Like, yes, create your own business, but also just you and your mental health and like all the stuff. If you get up, you make your coffee or eat your cereal, whatever the heck you do in the morning, being consistent, you start your day. The one side note is like the military. You have to wake up, make your bed first thing because you're accomplishing something for the day.
Absolutely.
Same thing, but doing it on a big granular scale. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Creating that schedule that we talked about a little bit earlier and just creating those guidelines for yourself, because I think when creating a business or being an influencer, seeing somebody, they're trying to see you for who you are, having these different things will definitely make you stand out.
So thanks for joining us today, guys. We will have one of these every single week, at least. That's our goal.
Right, one of many.
One of many. We're going to be interviewing successful or, maybe just starting out entrepreneurs, business owners, CEOs. So that'll have some episodes in the future that we'll do.
Absolutely. I mean, we're just excited to, again, provide you with help to make things successful because, again, our show is called
Benefits of Business. Boom!